welcome back to my Transformers animated episode reviews. Today, we're taking a look at the second episode of Season 2, The Return of the Headmaster. Oh boy. As you may have guessed from the title of this episode, the Headmaster returns, this time stealing Sentinel Prime's body, leaving it up to Optimus to help his old Academy buddy get his body back. This episode begins with Sari being evicted from Sumdac Tower after Porter C. Powell couldn't find any documentation declaring her to be Isaac Sumdac's daughter. And we see who will be taking over Sari's room, Henry Masterson, aka the Headmaster. By the way, how cold and heartless is Powell? I mean, he's basically kicking a child out on the street. A child. Sari would be homeless if it wasn't for the Autobots. Which, now that I think about it, didn't Sari say that their secret base was owned by her father's company? Good thing Powell doesn't know that, I'm guessing. Otherwise, I'm sure the Autobots would be kicked out too. Meanwhile, Optimus and Sentinel are having a press conference, which concludes with Sentinel being forced to shake the mayor's hand, and Sentinel having to spray his hand down with Cybertronian Lysol to make sure that he doesn't catch anything. Why does this remind me of our current predicament for the past year? Maybe Sentinel should be wearing his mask too. Sari arrives at the Autobot base, where Bulkhead and Bumblebee try to make her feel at home. Aww, so sweet.
If it's okay with you guys, I'd like to chill in my room a little.
I must say, other than the blaring music, which she can obviously just turn off, this is a pretty sweet looking room. We don't see her bed here yet, but she's got a desk with a computer and a huge TV with a rocking speaker system. Again, I wonder how the Autobots get this stuff when they don't have any actual jobs or money that I know of. Back at Sumdac Tower, Masterson makes his plan to steal Sentinel's body, starting by making an anonymous call to the Detroit police claiming a Decepticon sighting.
Don't worry, ma'am. We're on it.
Ma'am? I am so not a ma'am.
I know I probably shouldn't laugh at Masterson getting misgendered, but come on, he deserves it.
Sentinel, that's a trash bot?
Well, obviously it's a trash bot. I didn't just arrive on this planet yesterday.
Actually,
Never mind, let's go.
So Optimus and Sentinel go to investigate the sighting.
If I need a trash can emptied or a floor mopped, I'll call on my buddy Optimus Prime. Or should I say, Maintenance Prime.
Maintenance Prime. And I'll just call him Pompous Gasbag Prime. Yeah, that's what I should have said.
Oh, Optimus, don't stoop to Sentinel's level. Optimus and Sentinel split up, and as he's distracted by a cat, Headmaster steals Sentinel's body.
Sentinel? Where are you?
Look down. You promised you wouldn't laugh!
While Optimus goes to confront Powell about the Headmaster stealing Sentinel's body, Bumblebee and Bulkhead are making dinner for Sari. Aww. Okay, the oil, the fish bones, and even the acorns, I can see where they might have found those. But the bunny rabbit? Bulkhead, Bumblebee, where did you get this live bunny rabbit? Optimus confronts Powell, but he just stonewalls him. And a weird, animation error, if it is one, is that when Optimus picks up Sentinel's head here, the Autobot symbol winks. I have never seen this type of animation error before, if it is one. This could be Optimus trying to signal Sentinel about something, but what? I don't know. We do see him listening in on Powell's call with Masterson, so maybe that's it? Also, the way that Optimus's ear transforms into an antenna here reminds me of how in G1, sometimes G1 Optimus Prime would do something like that as well. Perhaps this is even a reference to that? Optimus traces the Headmaster's location, which is on a shipping boat. This kind of reminds me of the final battle in the Bumblebee movie. Anyways, here Optimus and Sentinel are attacked by Sari's tutor bot and pet dog bot Sparkplug, who have been headmasterified, I guess? Aw, poor bots. Meanwhile, back at the Autobot base, Bumblebee and Bulkhead are trying to teach Sorry. Aw, it's so cute. I love seeing Bumblebee with his little graduation hat. And Bulkhead is wearing glasses. Oh, it's so adorable.
Why is there no record of my existence?
Professor Bulkhead, your thoughts?
Maybe she came here from another planet in some kind of egg and crashed on some deck's doorstep.
That is surprisingly accurate.
Or a portal could have opened and she fell through from another dimension.
Wait, did Bumblebee just guess my OC's origin?
Or maybe she's really a robot.
Right again, Bulkhead. Or should I say Professor Bulkhead? Aw, so cute. Meanwhile, on board the Headmaster's ship, Optimus battles him with Sentinel's body.
Yes, I am so late.
Yeah? Well, I have no idea what that means.
Oh, you're enjoying this, aren't you, Optimus?
So, Optimus decapitates the Headmaster, at least his robot head, not his human head. And we see Sentinel with his body back. Although, didn't they need to use the key or something to give Bulkhead his body back in the last episode Headmaster was in? But anyways, back at port, we see Masterson being turned over to the police. And I'm pretty sure this is the exact same pier where Bumblebee first caught Nino Sexton in the episode Nanosec. You know, the one with all the pretty fireworks? Unless, of course, there is more than one Pier 31 in Detroit. But Powell manages to get Masterson released on a bunch of made-up technicalities.
Since when does an alien robot have rights? Plus, didn't the alleged incident occur in international waters between the US and Canada? A little out of your jurisdiction, wouldn't you agree, Captain? Why don't you work it out with the Mounties and let me know?
Actually, there are no international waters between the US and Canada. It's either American waters or it's Canadian waters. And yeah, I'm pretty sure the Mounties would love to see Masterson thrown behind bars. Especially since in the last episode he was in, he nearly nuked the entire state of Michigan. Which, seeing as Detroit is right along the border of Ontario, that would mean that he would have taken a good chunk of that province along with it too. Trust me, Powell, have you ever met a Mountie? If this show was realistic at all, Masterson would definitely be in jail if the Mounties were involved. Back at the Autobot base, Bulkhead and Bumblebee are trying to comfort Sorry. Aww, it's so sweet.
My dad is missing. I lost control of his company. That Powell guy is going to destroy everything good he worked for. I've been kicked out of the only home I've ever known, and I don't even know if I exist, and you think I'm okay?
We're here, and you're safe. So whatever it is, you can always talk to us. We'll listen.
Thank you.
Speaking of which, the episode ends on the Elite Guard ship, where Optimus covers for Sentinel, and it seems like the two have at least buried some of their animosity towards each other. Well, despite having the Headmaster in it, this was actually a pretty good episode. I liked all the story points we got with Sorry being kicked out of her home, now living with the Autobots, and her worried about her life. It was very spark-warming. Especially the parts where Bulkhead and Bumblebee tried to comfort her and make her feel at home. Although I do wonder, where were some of the other Autobots during all of this? Prowl and Ultra Magnus only show up very briefly at the end. And we don't see Jazz or Ratchet at all. I'd like to think that Jazz and Prowl were off practicing their cyber ninja skills, or something like that. And I'm guessing that Ratchet and Ultra Magnus were talking about their old war days together. Maybe discussing the status of their ship? If you know what I mean. Again, I thought this was a pretty good episode. What about you? What did you think of this episode of Transformers Animated? As always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and do all that other fun stuff. And I'll see you next week for the next episode of Transformers Animated. Mission accomplished. See you then.
What? You can't be serious.
I'm not gonna have to use the stasis cuffs on you, am I, Optimus?